Years ago when they were searching for Scarlett O'Hara. Well, you don't remember, I know you're all too young, but you must have read about that search, remember, with David O. Selznick and MGM looking for the person that could bring the Margaret Mitchell book to life, Gone with the Wind. Remember Scarlett O'Hara, that was eventually played beautifully by the British actress Vivien Leigh. Well, some might suggest that this latest search by the former royal known as Meghan Markle could seemingly make that seem like a walk in the park. As ever, let me explain. Lovely to see you today. Thank you so much for your time. Yes, I will have a quick wave. You all right? Not bad, thank you. And it's interesting this, isn't it? Because when you think about it, we've often said here on the show, things are never really put in the right formation with Meghan and Harry. They never seem to get anything together. They've spent thousands of pounds, if not millions. If you remember, at one point, Meghan had actually hired a very expensive operative that was working for Michelle Obama. Seemingly she couldn't do anything. And then, of course, we've recently had Samantha Cohen let in a little insight into just how difficult it was working with those two troublesome teenagers, as she very expertly pointed out. It all comes out in the end, doesn't it? But as we now know, Meghan, with her latest venture, American Riviera Orchard, recently put out a big sort of request for a CEO. Now, I don't know about you, but when you're starting a company, a very small company from the grassroots up, do you really need a CEO and a mega salary? Isn't that just a vanity thing? Well, she wanted one and she's been searching around. Sadly though, even this very public display, and this went across all the world's media, well, the people applying are not necessarily of the calibre that Meghan and Harry would have wished. She's looking for some kind of high flyer, you know, Silicon Valley type of person who could literally turn this fledgling brand into something of a worldwide domination. Now, she was looking for somebody British, and there were rumours that a person who's departing a very expensive supermarket chain over here, Waitrose, may have been the perfect person, even though, let's be honest, they didn't have much experience running that, or indeed perhaps running a brand new brand. But for Meghan and Harry, things are becoming very difficult now, seemingly for the simple fact of this. The problem, you see, is it's the salary. Now, apparently the salary would be remunerative with what, of course, your expertise is. What have you done before to be able to make something like this a brand new challenge into global domination? And apparently this would all be paid on results, and you could even become a shareholder in American Riviera Orchard. Now, I don't know exactly what shares you will be getting, because so far all we've seen is a few pots of jam and a few grinning celebrities on Instagram. So I'm not necessarily thinking you're going to become a billionaire. But as we all know, Harry and Meghan's new team, literally out at William Morris Endeavour, have told her that she will become a billionaire, a little bit like Martha Stewart. And over here, a very famous lady who taught us how to boil an egg many years ago, Delia Smith. But the difference between those two individuals is the warmth and compassion that they sort of illuminated through the screen. I know all about Martha's mishap, of course, well, the world does. But now for Meghan, who literally does not want to film that show in her own home and is literally renting a mega home down the road, how authentic is this going to be? And more importantly, if you were a brand new budding CEO, what could you honestly do with a brand that literally so far seemingly is just selling pots of jam to friends? Difficult, isn't it? But for Meghan, the search goes on. Now, are you sending your CV in? Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.